Brought to you by Penguin.
The Remarkable Life of the Skin. An Intimate Journey Across Our Surface by Monty Lyman. Read by Matthew Spencer. Prologue. For a doctor with an antiquarian bent, the magnificent anatomical theatre of the University of Bologna is heaven. Even on an Italian summer's day, when the heat is unbearable and the wood-panelled hall effectively becomes a sauna. As I stood in the world's oldest university, whose 400-year-old hall is carved entirely out of spruce, I felt like a shrunken man exploring the interior of an ornate and antique jewellery box. In the middle of the room lies an imposing marble dissection table, which for centuries provided medical students occupying the wooden stalls of this academic arena with a full view of proceedings. The walls are decorated with large, intricately carved wooden sculptures of the ancient heroes of medicine. Hippocrates and Galen examine the students below with forbidding glares, a look replicated by many subsequent medical school lecturers, no doubt. But, of all these wonders, the visitor's eye is drawn to the centrepiece. Overlooking the whole theatre is the seat of the professor, covered by an elaborate wooden canopy held aloft by the magnificent spelati, the skinned ones. These two statues, which take centre stage at the altar to this church of medicine, are resplendent with exposed muscles, blood vessels, and bones. So-called écorché figures, from the French for skinned, depict the muscles and bones of the body and their interplay, but without skin. These sinewy, skinless bodies have been synonymous with medicine since Leonardo da Vinci's groundbreaking anatomical drawings of the 15th century, gracing the cover of almost every medical textbook. Peering up at the wooden écorchés at the University of Bologna, it is clear to see that the skin, despite being our largest and most visible organ, despite us seeing and touching it, indeed living in it, every moment of our lives, is the organ most overlooked by the medical profession. Weighing 9 kilograms and covering 2 square meters, skin wasn't even recognized as an organ until the 18th century. When we think of organs, or the human body at all, we rarely think of our skin. It is invisible in plain sight. When new acquaintances ask about my clinical and research interests, my almost apologetic response that dermatology excites me is usually met with confusion, pity, or a combination of the two. A close friend who is a surgeon likes to taunt me by saying, "The skin is the wrapping paper that covers the presence." But part of what intrigues me is that, even though skin is the most observable part of our body, there is so much more to it than meets the eye. My fascination with the skin started at the age of 18. On a slow afternoon 2 days after Christmas. My family had just made it through the last of the leftovers, and I lay in a post-prandial sprawl on the sofa. Covered in blankets and revision notes, I sluggishly set about preparing for my first medical school exam in a week's time. I felt a bit grotty, and my inner elbows and face were feeling unusually itchy. A later look in the mirror revealed that my cheeks had gone a darker shade of pink. Within a couple of days, my face and neck had become a red, dry, itchy mess. My friends and family offered tellingly different explanations, from exam stress and house allergens to over-hot showers, skin microbes, and eating too much sugar. Whatever the reason, after 18 years of clear skin, it suddenly started to break down, and eczema has shadowed me ever since. Our skin is a beautiful mystery, cloaked in feelings, opinions, and questions. The more science reveals of this terra incognita, the more we see that our most overlooked organ is actually our most fascinating. Skin is the Swiss Army knife of the organs, possessing a variety of functions unmatched by any other, from survival to social communication. Skin is both a barrier against the terrors of the outside world, and with millions of nerve endings to help us feel our way through life, a bridge into our very being.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?